Hello, sports fans. Welcome back to another edition of VetsPlusSports.com. This is your host, Terrell Cool Beans Davis, along with my other host, Mr. James Miller.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing this weekend? I hope y'all been watching a lot of football, having a good time. But before we get into this episode, I'll let Cool Beans do his shout out to our listeners like he always does.
Yes, I'd like to give a shout out for those that's coming that especially got on to see the live and those that have watched the replay. Thanks for giving us your undivided attention. I also like to thank some of our cities that's always on the audio for us. We got cities like San Jose, California, Auburn, Ashburn. I was thinking Auburn, because we were talking about that game.
Yeah.
But Ashburn, Virginia, Grinzeg-Weilen, Germany, Brussels, Belgium, and Boardman, Oregon. We'd like to thank y'all for listening. I'm trying to get this other city. I want to say it's Falkenstein, Germany, that just logged in. Falkenstein, Germany was the one, but I just want to make sure I got that. I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, we also had Rockville, Maryland. Falkenstein, Germany.
We'd like to thank everybody tuning in, listening to us, and everything else. But we're getting into some women's NBA in the playoffs. They're starting their second round tomorrow, and the first round finished was at Wednesday night. It finished up. I'll go over it real fast and then mention the slate of games that's going on tomorrow. It finished. Well, I think Tuesday night you had games, and then Wednesday night. It was Tuesday night after our audio.
Yeah.
Wednesday night finished it up with the Fever and the Sun. The Sun beat the Fever 87-81. Clark had 25 points, 6 boards, 9 assists. That they just fell a little short of the Sun from going to a game 3. And then the Lynx beat the Mercury 101-88 to finish out the first round of the playoffs. And it kicks off tomorrow. You got the Aces and the Liberty playing. That's going to be a good series, I think.
That is.
And I wouldn't be shocked to see if Aces don't knock off Liberty in that series. You got Aja Wilson. Is that how you say it, Aja?
Aja.
Yes, you got her. She's averaging 26.9 points a game, almost 12 boards a game. So she's averaging a double-double. And you've got Stewart for New York averaging 20.4 points. That should be a good series. So we'll see what happens with everything with that going on. And then you got the Suns. Let's see. Hold on. I'm too far ahead of myself. Hold on.
No, you're right. The Suns will be on the next. It should be the Suns and Lynx.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I went ahead. I was on October 6th. But it's still the same thing. But then it's the Sun and the Lynx and everything. They're coming on at 8:30 tomorrow, and the Aces and Liberty play at 3 p.m. So, the Sun and the Lynx, that could be that. I think that series could go either way. Those are pretty even teams right there. But I don't know.
I'm going for the Lynx.
I think the Lynx. Yeah, I think the Lynx may win that one. And I'm gonna go ahead and say the Aces will win that series with Liberty.
I think so too on that one. I'm torn between that. I like my New York team because it's New York team. So, but it's Liberty going up against the Aces. I think the Aces will pull it out because the Aces are the 2-time defending champions as it is. They're going for that 3-peat.
Yeah.
And I believe the Aces is going to be like how the Houston Comets was their the WNBA's first dynasty. I think the Aces is the current dynasty. So
for right now, I think Fever may end up knocking them off their throne here in a couple of years.
Oh yeah, I give it to that. The Fever. That's one thing. Like as far as WNBA news, I was gonna say Teresa Weatherspoon, head coach of the Chicago Sky, is now the ex-head coach of the Chicago Sky. He got fired, but I was looking for. I thought, and everybody on the internet was saying it, but we just haven't heard it yet, unless I missed it. Christy Sides, coach of the Indiana Fever.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's all the people I've seen on the internet, they're talking about she's getting canned. And so far, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Huh. Well, you make the playoffs and you're getting canned.
Right. But they say, what you call it? They, the reasoning they gave behind it was they're making the playoffs was all because of the play of Caitlin Clark. They said the coach did not know. And I agree with some of the things, especially I seen it in the playoffs. The other team go on a run. She's just sitting on those timeouts. You got timeouts, use it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. She just let the score keep running. And I seen that part. And they was talking about Alyssa Smith. She should have been benched her during the year. She benched Alyssa Smith. And this is the controversy. Alyssa Smith, okay, she's gay. And her girlfriend is on the Connecticut Sun.
Mm-hmm.
So, right there, you already got a what is the word I'm looking for? Not controversy. What is it? It's something. Oh man, I cannot.
Well, it's I know what you're talking. I need to talk about. I can't think of the word either.
But anyway, we'll just go on. Now you got them two. Now her girlfriend is the one who poked Caitlin in the eye, which I'm still mad at the league. The league needed to suspend her. I don't care how. They know damn well. Like I said, you block a shot like this with your palm out, fingers up, because you want the tip of your fingertip maybe to hit that ball. Conflict of interest.
That's right. That's it. Yes, conflict of interest.
I had to thank my wife on that, director on that. She just tuned that on in. And I said, oh, yeah, that's that word, conflict of interest. But that's how you do it like this. Never do you go like, once the ball already passed you.
Nah.
That was intentional.
Yeah, well,
frankly, she was stabbing for the eye.
It was, and but you got, and it just goes for like the same things the NFL and any other sport. They got their favoritism and everything else. So,
well, I hope their favoritism was worth it, because they said with Caitlin knocked out the playoffs, viewership is going to drop. The ratings are going back in the toilet because you ain't got the cash cow. The cash cow ain't playing, so
no.
Damn.
And now the thing is, here's what you got rolling in too. Baseball's starting their playoffs. So between baseball and the NFL, that's going to take viewership from the from the women's NBA.
It is, because even though the playoffs opened on a Sunday, Caitlin Clark game took ratings from the NFL.
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna have that. They ain't got nobody that can draw off for the NFL, because they open up again Sunday.
Unless they
opened up today.
Unless they play on a night like this past Thursday night, when that was a horrible game to watch. And they're gonna say, I ain't watching this, and turn over to the women's NBA or something. But I ain't gonna dish on your Cowboys too much, but yeah, we'll keep it. We'll update some scores on the women's NBA this Tuesday on our audio podcast. Any more news you got there you want to with the women's NBA?
No, we already said Teaspoon got canned for Sky, and still Christy Sides is with the Sky. With the Fever so far as I know. She could have been canned, but I haven't seen it yet. So I have no other news on women's basketball.
All right, I'll touch up a little bit on baseball, and then we'll move into our college and NFL. Baseball, as far as in the American League, the playoffs teams are set. The Yankees won the American League East. Cleveland Guardians won the Central, and the Houston Astros won the West. Your three wild card holders are Baltimore Orioles, um, and Detroit Tigers, and the Kansas City Royals. That is your 3 wild card spots for the American League. And then with the National League right now, you still got 2 teams battling it in. But as of right now in the East, the Phillies had won the East. They won that division. The Milwaukee Brewers won the Central. And the Los Angeles Dodgers won the West. And they got the best record in baseball. So that gives them home field advantage all the way through until you get to the World Series. And then your wild card spots. This is what you got going on in the National League as of right now. San Diego has got the first wild card spot, and then right now you got 3 teams that are tied right now for the wild card spots. You got the Braves, the Mets, and the Diamondbacks. Right now, they're all 3 are tied. So it's going to come down to this last few games, 5 or 6 games, whatever they got left before they finish it up. And as of right now, the Braves are playing right now. They're in the top of the 8th. In Atlanta, they're playing the Royals. It's 1-1 right now in the top of the 8th. So, the Braves need to keep winning. They can't lose. They can't fall, man.
So the Royals are in the position they're already in, but they're in the position to destroy somebody else's dreams.
All right, you ready for this? The Mets are playing the Brewers in Milwaukee. It's the bottom of the 7th. The Brewers are winning 2-0 on the Mets.
And the Brewers also in the position to ruin somebody's dreams.
And then let's see here. We are out in Arizona, and it is in the top of the 5th. Arizona's playing Padres, and it is 0-0. Padres, if you remember, they hold that number 1 spot in the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
They could end up knocking Diamondbacks out if they help them knock them out. So there's your 3 teams that are battling right now for wild card spots, the last 2 wild card spots in the National League.
I got to give it to them Royals, though. They really working on that new stadium. And like, look, we're gonna make this wild card, and they're gonna get us this stadium.
That's it. And now let's see here. Let's see where Aaron Judge's sitting on. Are you ready for this? 58 home runs. Tawny's got 54. Aaron Judge's got 144 ribbies. Otani's got 130. And then stolen bases. Otani's got 57 stolen bases. He is only 8 behind Eli De La Cruz for Cincinnati with 65. So that was our stats there with the baseball. And let's see if we go some scores again. I'll check to see who plays tomorrow. Okay, the Royals and the Braves play again. You've got, let's see these other games here. The 3 teams that need the Mets are back in Milwaukee, and the Padres will be back in Arizona. So that's the 3 games that we keep an eye on for the last couple wild card spots.
Right.
So no NBA news or anything.
I did not hear anything about NBA news. I don't think it's kind of quiet. And this is really funny. We should be starting to hear some NBA news because they're about to start their preseason pretty soon.
It should be.
And so far, I have not heard anything. Well, my memory is just that bad to where,
Hey, I will say this. I give LeBron James a hard time, like I do Caleb Williams. But LeBron James has been doing some DraftKings commercials, and
Oh, they've been funny.
they've been good. He's been doing some good commercials. I will give him props for that. There've been some good commercials. With was it Kevin Hart?
Yeah, Kevin
Kevin
Hart.
Hart, him and Kevin Hart, they've been getting some good commercials. So I'll give
When
them
he said
props for that.
they want somebody who can run a 40, not even who
Beat
is
40,
40.
yeah, I like that. Some good commercials there. So, yeah, they should be giving some news because they're getting ready to start kicking off here in a couple of weeks, I'd say.
Yeah, they should. Yep.
But all right, we'll go ahead and move into some college scores right now. I'll go ahead and pick. This is just the top 25 right now. Because I mean, there's just too many games to go over. Over every game in college.
Yep.
But final right now, Texas beat Mississippi State 35-13. And here's a game you and I missed. Kentucky beat Ole Miss 20-17. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, I mentioned that I wouldn't be surprised if Kentucky would beat them.
Yep. Sure did.
But me and you both still picked Ole Miss. Michigan barely beat Minnesota. Now Minnesota's 2-3 now. Michigan beat them 27-24. And here's my thing. Watching ESPN, there's these certain teams they want to keep up there. And Michigan's one of them. But when Michigan got blown out by Texas, then it dropped them back. Well, now they want to get Michigan up there. Well, Michigan about got beat by Minnesota.
Right. And Minnesota's not even ranked.
No, Minnesota's not even ranked. And this was in Michigan. So, I mean, this is not like they're playing in Minnesota.
Right.
And then USC beat Wisconsin 38-21.
I lost that one.
Me and you both had Wisconsin on that. Notre Dame beat Louisville 31-24. I missed that. You had Notre Dame. I had Louisville. Kansas State beat Oklahoma State 42-20. I think me and you both had you had K-State, I had Oklahoma State. Oklahoma beat Auburn 27-21. And if I'm not mistaken, we both had Auburn. We did.
Yeah.
BYU beat Baylor 34-28. Both of us had BYU. Texas A&M beat Arkansas 21-17. Both of us
A&M.
A&M. And here's a game that was played last night. Miami beat Virginia Tech 38-34. Both of us had Miami. I want to mention something. I watched that game, and they gave, and I'm going to say this, and ACC gave Miami that win. All right. And I'm going to explain myself. I know there's going to be all kinds of people out there because I've got it from on Facebook. They said, well, that wasn't a catch. Catch or not, the rule on the field, the call on the field was a touchdown. Okay? There was not enough exclusive evidence to overturn that call, period. So if it was a called incomplete pass, if they called that on the field, the refs called that on the field, there wasn't going to be enough evidence to overturn that. Just like there was not enough evidence to overturn that call to an incomplete pass. But the reason why the ACC done this, and this is the exact reason, I don't care what excuse they give. I heard their excuses on ESPN. This is the only team in the ACC that is ranked in the top 10. Okay? All right, Florida State was supposed to go be the run for the national title. You see what happened to them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. So, in order to try to save this conference, because the ACC has been talked about breaking up, they're trying to keep Miami up there ranked. All right, Virginia Tech about beat them. Miami will end up losing. They're going to lose. So the ACC can't keep them up there long. and it was wrong in all aspects of things. Even like in the NFL, you watch the NFL with replay. If there's not enough evidence to overturn that, they stay with the call on the field. And Kirk Herbstreit said that this morning on game day. He said the exact same thing I said, and there's a lot of times I don't agree with Kirk, just like Kirk Herbstreit and like Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
We very seldom agree on anything. But he said the exact same thing I said. He said that was a catch. He said his butt hit the ground, and then when he was coming back, it was knocked out. Okay? So
the play should have been over when his butt hit the ground. Touchdown.
It should have been. So shame on the ACC for overturning that. I mean, that should have never been overturned. I know why they did it. Some of the other people know why they did it. They can make every excuse in the book for it. But it was to keep Miami in the top 10. That's the only reason why.
But here's the thing. This is the thing that's getting, and it's not just with college sports. It also goes back, it's also in the NFL, and it goes back to when we was talking about the WNBA. The refs. You're playing against your opponent and the refs. The refs seem to work for the administration. Under the which, like you said, the refs, they actually work for, because there's no discipline with these. When these guys call these wild, stupid things, just like the guy was looking straight at Caitlin Clark when she got poked in the eye, said nothing, didn't call anything. And there's been several over the course of them 40 games. There's been many times that Caitlin's got clobbered and they call nothing because they work for the administration. It's just like the WNBA admin saying, you know what, we're not going to call these calls on Caitlin. But she's your cash cow. Your money's coming in there. Watch, next year, it's going to be, if you pretty much blow on her, foul.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, here, and I just pulled up Miami's schedule. Okay. Which they just about lost to Virginia Tech. Now, looking at this schedule, they got to play California, Cal, which they should. That's a weak Cal team.
Mm-hmm.
They got to go at Louisville. Okay, here's the thing that's going to get him on this California team. They got to travel to California. Miami does. So they got to travel all the way from Florida to the West Coast. So that may catch them. They may catch a loss. They could. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then they play Louisville at Louisville. They're ranked 15th. That's the only ranked team that's on their schedule.
And I think Louisville would be the one that they might surprise them.
They could. And which Louisville lost today, I don't know if that'll knock them out of the top 25 or not. But then they
should drop them back about maybe 22, 23.
Yeah. All right, you ready for the rest of this schedule? They're set up, so the ACC is trying to keep them up there because they're set up to run the rest of their schedule. Florida State, Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and Syracuse.
Damn, I don't see nobody in there that can stop. That may be a challenge.
So, I mean, it's messed up.
Maybe Tech. Maybe Tech might just have that energy that they upset Florida State with. I don't know.
So that's the only reason why ACC did what they did last night is to keep them up there because they're set. They're set to. Well, I ain't gonna say they're set because they struggle with Virginia Tech. So, and that was in Miami. Virginia Tech was playing in Miami and about beat them. So. But we'll see what happens with that. We'll go with some scores right now, the games that are being played. Ohio State is beating Michigan State right now at halftime, 24-7.
Yeah, we called that for Ohio State.
I won't mark that yet. Stanford and Clemson's playing right now. Clemson, it's in the third quarter with 5 minutes left. Clemson's winning 20-7. They've got the ball right now.
I think we both went Clemson.
Yeah, we both went Clemson on that. And Iowa State is playing Houston right now. And Iowa State's winning 10-0 at the end of the third quarter. Iowa State struggling with Houston in Houston.
Right. I usually go for them Texas teams, but I don't think I picked Houston.
No, you didn't. Houston's, they're not that good. They wasn't that good last year. They're not that good this year. All right, you ready for this? They must have got a safety. Georgia and Alabama. Alabama 30, Georgia 7. It was 28-7. But I don't know. They must have got a safety on Georgia.
Yeah, they probably did. And that's the bad thing, because I picked Georgia in that one, and you went Bama. I went Georgia.
Yeah, you went Georgia and I went Bama. But you still got the whole second half. That can change of a light switch. All right, and here you go. And I'm gonna mention something about this right here. After that, you got Illinois and Penn State. They're in the third quarter. They just started the third quarter. It's 7-7. They're playing at Penn State. Penn State's got the ball. Earlier this week, I was watching on ESPN. Now I can't remember the announcer's name. And this is why I talk about, there's certain teams they try to keep up there. They want to keep up there. And they showed the teams that were ranked in the Big Ten. And they asked what team in the Big Ten could knock off Ohio State. And this one ESPN now has picked Penn State. My mouth dropped open. I'm like, wait a minute. For one, like I said, I've been on them because I watched them play in Morgantown. They didn't look good to be a top 10 team. They struggled with Bowling Green. About lost to Bowling Green at Penn State.
Yeah.
And then the first quarter, they struggled. They got a slow start against Kent State. And and you're picking them to knock off Ohio State. Out of all the teams in the Big Ten to knock them off.
Okay, I wouldn't have went that crazy. I think in this game I did pick Penn State to beat North Illinois, but
no, this is Illinois, not North Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. But yes. I think I still picked Penn State, but
no, you picked Illinois.
Oh, I did? Okay.
Okay, well, yeah. I guess. Yeah, we both went Illinois on that. You wasn't going to go because you thought it was North Illinois.
Yeah, I sure did. And then once again, I went back to North Illinois, and you said, no, it's Illinois.
So, we both went Illinois on that one. And I don't know who they were playing. Maybe it was a team but that's all. Oh, LSU, it's at halftime right now. It is 35-3. And they are rolling over South Alabama. So, and then tonight there's Washington State and Boise. They ain't started yet. They start here at the end of our podcast at 10 p.m. And then at 10:15, you've got Arizona and Utah. Lord bless Arizona. Let them beat them.
I know. Come on, Arizona. Them Utes, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. So, and then you got Oregon and UCLA. They kick off at 11 and at UCLA. So that's that's what we have for college right now. Well, let's see. I think we got a couple other, maybe not. See, because West Virginia, they was on bye this week. Let me go. Let me go make sure with the Big 12. Because I think all the Big 12 were playing somebody that was ranked pretty much. Okay, you had, here he's on Cincinnati and Texas Tech. They're almost at halftime right now. Cincinnati's winning 24-17. Both of us went with Tech on that.
Oh.
So there's still a lot of game left on that. Let's see here. TCU beat Kansas 38-27. We both had TCU on that. And then you ready for this?
What we got?
Ah, goodness. Dion, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Colorado 48, UCF 21.
I went with Colorado.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I went with UCF, and Colorado blew the pants off of them. Sherrard Sanders was 28 of 35 for 290 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. One of the receivers, Shepard for Colorado, had 4 receptions, 99 yards, and a touchdown. And then Harvey for UCF had 16 carries and 77 yards rushing. So I missed that bad. And this is what I love. I see these teams, with the Big 12 and everything, these teams that were predicted to win the Big 12, it was high up there. They're all losing.
Right.
They're losing. UCF was one of them. Kansas starting out the season, they was high to win it. But guess what? Kansas is 1-4. TCU wasn't even in the conversation. They're 3-2, 1-1 in the Big 12. Another one, which Utah's been the talk. Oklahoma State was supposed to, but they're 3-2 on the year now. K-State had talk, but they're 4-1. Now, West Virginia this coming weekend goes to Oklahoma State.
Right.
This is a pivotal game for West Virginia because now they're 1-0 in the Big 12. We don't
But
play.
the way the tides are turning right now, that might be good for Arizona. Go ahead and put the Utes down tonight.
Yeah, put the Utes down. And the thing is, West Virginia goes to Oklahoma to play Oklahoma State. We don't play good out there. We just don't. Hopefully they can pull off a win somehow. I don't care how they do it because then they'll go 2-0 in the Big 12.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and then Iowa State the week after will be coming in Morgantown. And I don't know if it's like 50-50 with Iowa or we got the edge on Iowa. It's always a good game. That's it as far as that. And I don't think we picked any more on the ACC because Pitt was on a bye week.
That's right. Pitt was on a bye week and somebody else was on a bye.
West Virginia.
Yeah. So yeah, we didn't
West Virginia and Pitt were both on the bye. So we didn't and then Virginia Tech was playing a ranked school, so yeah, so that's about it with that. We're moving right along to the NFL now.
Yeah, NFL. We got some news on NFL.
There's all kinds of news going on in the NFL. Your Dallas Cowboys barely beat the G-Men Thursday night. I was really disappointed in them. It was 20-15 was the score.
Yeah.
I went to bed at halftime, woke up the next morning. I said, what? There was nothing in the second half. What happened?
Sure wasn't. Aubrey, I had him on my doggone fantasy team. He missed the kick. So.
There's so many injuries going on right now. It's like they're dropping like flies during the week.
They are.
It's just one after another. You got Devontae Adams is out this weekend. Now, I was told, which I ain't seen this in the news, one of my buddies I'm in fantasy with told me that he didn't think he was hurt or he's sick or anything. They said last weekend, I don't know if he's in he's wanting traded, but they said he stopped running his routes. He didn't finish running his routes. He would stop in the middle of them. So I don't know. I don't know if that's what, and he thinks they may have just benched him because he's not even running his routes or whatever. I don't know.
I thought you was going to tell me something else. I heard that Antonio Pierce, head coach of the Vegas Raiders, is looking to make a quarterback change. That's what I thought you was going to talk about.
Yeah, well, it don't surprise me. They don't have too many quarterbacks to choose from in there, but
they don't. But he's thinking about making that quarterback change. I was like, okay, because that's what I thought was going to happen. And I think I went against the Chiefs this week. I went and picked San Diego.
Let's see here, and let me tell you this:
Herbert's not going to be playing.
No. Let's see. You picked Yes, you did. You went with the Chargers.
Herbert's not gonna be playing.
And Herbert, as of right now, I don't think Herbert's going to be in there.
Oh no, they said he's out. I looked at the what you call it. He's out. They're putting that dude Taylor Heineke or
Heineke, he's not a bad quarterback.
no, he said he used to be a Vikings quarterback, but I was like, okay,
I think he used to play for Skins too, if you remember. He's been around for a while.
yeah. So I was like, okay, they giving him the nod. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't win against what you call it.
And you said your Cowboys had some injuries.
Yep, Michael Parsons is gonna be out for a few weeks, and then make it even worse. On the other side, Dexter Lawrence. Not Dexter Lawrence. He's a giant. I meant DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence. That's how bad he's been playing. I don't even know his name anymore.
See, and then like right now, Tampa Bay's running back White. He's been put on the questionable list with the illness. So you got him. You've got Smith out for the Eagles. So now you got Brown and Smith, which is no surprise Smith is going to be out because of that concussion.
Yeah, concussion. He has to, even if he felt okay, if you're in the concussion protocol, you automatically miss next game.
Yeah, it's like a 7-day or a 10-day window or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's no surprise there. Let's see who else I could check that we have. There's so many. It was out. It's just dropping like flies. And the thing is, I mean, these injuries, I mean, it's happening during the week where they get put on and stuff like that. Let's see here. Yeah, Herbert ankle. Well, this here, it's his ankle for Herbert. Now you got Huntley. It's in there for
Miami, right?
For Miami. See, now you got the running back for Seattle, Walker. He is back this weekend.
Minnesota got a lot of people back. Addison came back.
Yeah, Addison's back. They should, after this week, they should have Hawkinson back next week.
Yeah, he come back next week. Yeah.
So you got to watch for them Vikings. They're looking pretty good. And they're getting their guys back.
I see a whole total switch from the new NFC side. It looks like I see the Vikings Vikings might get that Super Bowl nod.
If they can stay healthy, that's the biggest thing for them. See, now you got to think. Sam Darnold took a scare this last weekend and with the ankle.
Yeah,
and he actually left the game, but he's going to be playing. He's not going to be out. So it wasn't nothing major. You still got Njoku out for the Cleveland Browns. He's still out. He was expected to come back this week, but he is not playing. He's been out since game 1. Then you let's see.
Chubb ain't back yet either.
Nah, they said they had no timeline on Chubb's coming back. It done said Smith. So you got Adams out, you got Smith out, you got Njoku out, and you got White, who is on the illness. Mixon is out again for Texans. He is out again this weekend. I guess his is an ankle is also, I guess, ain't it?
I don't remember. I don't remember he got hurt, but I don't know what it was.
So just a lot of injuries going on right now, and that's the biggest thing with the NFL. And for anybody to take that run to the Super Bowl, you got to stay healthy. And there's just like it just seems like there's so many injuries anymore compared to what it used to be years ago.
Exactly. That's why, to an extent, I'm all for that quarterback cap. I'm just wondering about because it's still, like I said, the owners already passed it, but the players union has not. It's supposed to go up to the players union at this off season, and we'll see what they do. If they're smart, because the players union is pretty much made up of old players,
Yeah,
and if
players.
you're like a running back or a defensive back, you're thinking, why should the quarterback get all the money and you can't pay anybody else on the team?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that goes through.
My thing is too, and like we talked about it in the previous episodes. Jamar Chase's issues are finally settled or whatever. I seen that. But my thing is, I mean, these players get this money, and it's like they just, all right, I don't know if they don't care. All right, I got my money, but their production goes down.
Yeah, it's like Jordan Love got that money that he didn't earn. I'm gonna say he didn't earn it, and he ain't even playing.
No, and so I mean, you give them all this money, and then
But
you
the
go.
worst one out of all of them is Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah,
He's actually not hurt. It would be better if he was hurt. He could say, "Well, I didn't get to play." Like
yeah,
Tua's hurt. He's not playing. Tua got to increase this what you call it too.
yeah. I mean,
He's out.
they're throwing
Love got
all
to increase. They're hurt. He's hurt.
they're throwing this money around. As soon as they do, players get hurt.
Trevor Lawrence was the start of it. Well, actually, if you go back, Deshaun Watson was the start of it, and everybody else just jumped on that wagon.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson didn't deserve that money either.
No, he didn't. And even my family from Cleveland said they said they couldn't believe he gave all that money.
That's where it goes to the front office of the Cleveland Browns is stupid as hell. They need to be fired. I'm going to make my signs about getting fired.
And they should have just kept Baker Mayfield, and they'd have been better off.
Yep.
I mean, he didn't play that bad, and even the fans wanted Baker Mayfield gone. That's the thing. But
see, that's the thing. I can't too much trust that you put all your backing in what the fans want, because the fans also want to get rid of Dak Prescott. Right now, Dak Prescott's leading the league in passing yards, and those losses that Dallas got, they're not all on him. No, that's on that defense. Can't shut down the run for shit.
They the problem in Dallas is Jerry Jones. That is the problem.
Yep.
Jerry Jones is the problem. Until that happens, and see, and I'm trying to look here to see the Eagles, the Bucks and the Eagles game. Eagles are probably going to. Well, I don't know. That's the battle of the because the Eagles have both of their receivers out.
Yep.
All right, the Bucks, they have their right tackle. He is out. You got White questionable with the illness. So if he's got an illness, the running back is going to be out. So, I mean, to me, I think the Bucks should still win that.
I think so too.
Well, you picked the Eagles.
Oh,
damn. You's like, I can't believe I'm going with them because you picked the Eagles. You'll have to go back and listen to the audio. So we'll see what happens with that because everything is going on, and
I'm okay with losing that pick. Come on, Tampa. I know I picked the Eagles, but come on, Tampa. Just secretly made me lose that pick.
But so your Cowboys won. We got that. We got our first pick, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow with these slated games that's going on. I don't even know what time. What time is that Chief Chargers game? You know?
I thought it was 4:25.
I think it is 4:25.
It should be on because I watch them during Paramount, and that game will be playing tomorrow. That's the late game.
Because usually, like I said, if the Chiefs don't play till late, like 4 or 8 o'clock games or Monday or Thursday night, I don't get to watch them.
Right.
Yeah, that's a 4:25. That's on CBS, and just depending, well, you might as well forget it. I won't. They'll have the Browns and the Raiders because they're at 4:25 on CBS. So
Oh man,
that's the game they'll be showing
they
around
both
here.
suck. They better not be playing that one. They both suck.
Well, you know they're going
Browns and
to.
Raiders.
You know they're going to because let's see. So the next one would be Pitt and Carolina. Let's see. That's the next two teams that's close. The Steelers play at 1, so we're good there. The Bengals play at 1, and they're playing the Panthers, so that knocks all that out. So yeah, they'll end up showing the Browns and the Raiders at 4:25 instead of the Chiefs and Chargers on our area. So
That's gonna suck.
but we'll keep up with what's going on here. Like I said, this NFL season's wide open for teams. Last week was a horrible week as far as fantasy and picks goes. And whoever thought right now that the Vikings would be undefeated?
I know, right? That was a shocker for me, and leading the NFC North because I think we both picked Detroit on that one.
Yeah, and I think I had the Vikings second though. I'll have to look. Actually, I got it right here. I think.
Oh my goodness, my phone is so slow. I think I done found some. Remember we talked about some we ain't got no NBA news.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up real quick. Turns out, Cat from Minnesota is now a New York Knick. I'm just trying to make sure this is true. Let me see your.
Oh, here it is. Well, no, I told you wrong. I got the Vikings finishing third, Packers second, and Lions first. So we got this all. I got them all messed up. Is there anything about throwing in a towel on your picks? Oh man. Well, I guess
Yep, it looks like they made this trade. Yeah, Carl Anthony Towns is now a New York Knick.
that'll help your Knicks out. When all that stuff keeps kicking off. Well, I guess we're getting close. You got anything else in the NFL?
Oh, I remember we were supposed to do that during damn, when we did the audio. I forgot last time. I almost forgot this time. We was talking about Brett Favre.
Oh,
He got sadly he got diagnosed. He has now Parkinson's disease. And I'm wondering about Parkinson's disease. Is it because he had taken so many hits in the NFL? Could that be because and the reason I came up with that because I was thinking about it, and Muhammad Ali, before he died, he had Parkinson's disease.
Yeah, he did.
And he took plenty of blows to the head, boxing and everything. And I'm thinking, because Brett Favre, remember, he used to be, that was one of the things about Brett Favre. He would get hit and tore up and be back up.
Well,
and would be starting next game.
Last couple of years, man, he was talking crazy stuff. I mean, some of the stuff, it wasn't Brett Favre like stuff, but it could be. You think about it, because he took he had some concussions throughout his year.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he played. He's got the record for the longest streak for a quarterback or any player to play consecutive snaps in games.
Yep.
That'll never be broken. Now, not with the injuries that's going on now. That
Oh
it'll never.
yeah. In
That's
this
a
new
record.
league, no.
So, but I got this. We're getting close on time. I seen this right here. It said the NFL fines Packers running back Josh Jacobs $45,020 for impermissible use of a helmet.
What did he do?
I'm not for sure. It's probably the same thing they find. What's his name on? Was it the? It was the Chiefs and the Ravens game. I think. Remember they find Pacheco for.
Yeah, that's right. They say,
So I mean, this is getting. To me, this is ridiculous. If that's what it was, the same thing. I mean, come on now. It's just the way the NFL is trying to get money. That's what that is.
yep.
I mean, that's a joke. That's I mean, which I don't know exactly on this, but I mean, this is football. Unless he takes that helmet off and starts beating somebody with it,
Exactly.
like Garrett Miles did a few years ago, they shouldn't be fining him. I mean, come on now, it's ridiculous. It's just it's about money, and that's what the NFL's doing. But you got anything else?
Nah, I don't have anything.
All right. Well, and like we always do at the end of each episode, if anybody is out there is thinking about harming themselves, there's a number you can call. The quick number, it's 988. Or the Veterans Crisis Line, it's 1-800-273-8255. Or you can always go to your local VA medical center, go to the ER, and they'll get you in contact with somebody to get you the help you need. Always keep in contact with your friends, any change in behavior or anything like that. Keep in contact with them, talk to them. But, always take that step to get help. There's nothing wrong with going out, getting some help, talking to people if you're feeling down or anything like that. That, like I said, that quick number is 988, and they will get you into contact with the help that you need.
Yep.
You got anything else, Beans?
Nope, I think we pretty much got everything in today that we needed to get in. Looking for a good football Sunday tomorrow, and hopefully. Oh, did I tell you that Dallas, this might be a failure, but they still gonna try it. Because remember, the Jets, Hassan Riddick, he's sitting until he get a contract extension, get his change and everything. Dallas is trying to get him. Because like I
Really?
said, they lost both their people on the end.
Gotcha.
And then also they had all them other ones that left Dallas to go to the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
So the Commanders. So they went up to the Commanders. So
Well,
Dallas ain't.
Jets may get some money out of him because
Might.
they're winning without him.
That's true.
So we'll find out. Well, if that's it, y'all stay safe tonight. Have a good weekend. Watch some football, and we'll see you. Well, you'll hear us Tuesday on the audio. Y'all stay safe. Have a good night.
All right.